had ended one chapter, isn't it? Chapter 15 we have ended, I think. Or
No, there is only verse 10.
which one?
Chapter 15, verse 10.
Oh,
Finished. Verse 11 onwards we have to do.
oh, we have to do verse 11, chapter 15, is it?
Yeah.
Hmm? Huh? Am I right or wrong? Nobody is answering. Okay, I'll do from chapter 15, verse 11. Striving yogis who are able to realize that self enshrined in their heart. The ignorant, however, whose heart has not been purified, know not this self in spite of their best endeavors. We have always, said that the self is in the heart. In this line also it is mentioned that the self is in the heart. If you see that this verse, it is clearly saying that the self is enshrined in the heart. Alright? Again, further he says, whose heart has not been purified. So if you look at this verse, you will come to know that the self, the entry to the self is through the heart alone. Or that which comes from the heart itself. So the purity of the heart is the same place where we say man also. And what does the purity of the heart mean? That means everything that is covering us up, whereas ignorance is concerned. It is as if layers and layers and layers are covering the heart. And these layers and layers of ignorance is covering the heart. Alright? So I just, for diagrammatic representation, I will just draw and I will show you. Let us say this is a heart. Can you see? Okay. Now, being covered, it is as if it is covered by layers and layers of ignorance. All this is ignorance. And that is the heart. So what does it mean the ignorance is covering the heart? The pure intellect and the knowledge that is there is enshrined inside. It is right inside. So if I have to crack this, I have to go right inside. That means if I have to go right to the heart of the matter, I would be able to see this Supreme Self. Every human being's endeavor is to try to overcome ignorance. How does a person overcome ignorance? There are certain paths which we have done in this book. One of them is the Bhakti Marg, one of them is the Jnana Yoga, one of them is the Karma Yoga. There are various paths that you can do. When we are doing those, you will find that one by one the layer keeps on disappearing. Okay, one by one the layer keeps on disappearing of ignorance. We call it the veil of ignorance. Okay, because the veil of ignorance disappears, so slowly knowledge is dawning on us. But remember, knowledge of the self is not dawning on us. Knowledge of the self is always there with us. Except that, remember, it is like a covered book. It's a book or it's a package. Let us say there is a package. Now we don't know what is in the package. So you have to open it, you have to remove the coverings, you have to unravel it, uncover it. Then only we can reach the center of it. Now, when we are doing the scriptures and when we are meeting the Guru, the place from where he starts is from here. He starts from here and he telling you to go outwards. Alright? How does it happen? Right in the beginning, you are told that there is a self. Okay? So he is telling you that there is a self. The scriptures are telling you there is a self. What is wrapped up inside is already telling you. Now think about it. There are two packets lying in front, and there are two small children. One small child doesn't know what is in the packet, and the other child knows that there is a chocolate in it. For whom will it be easier, or for whom the enjoyment will start in the beginning?
In the latter.
For the person who knows what is inside, isn't it? You understand this difference? The one who knows what is inside, for him the enjoyment starts in the beginning itself. He is expectant about it. He wants to reach that place. Okay? So what he does, he will tear the entire packaging, he will remove it. And then he wants to go inside and eat that chocolate. Whereas the other person's curiosity is there. What is inside? What is inside? What is inside? The curiosity is there. Now there is a third person, let us say. The package is lying just like that. He doesn't want to pick it up. He is already decided there is nothing in it. Why should I bother there is anything in it? So these are the tamasic type of people who exist in the world. They don't even want to know. They are least bothered about it. They say, why should I bother my head about what is lying inside? So you will find that there is one person who has an idea what is inside, another person who doesn't know what is inside yet wants to reach the center. The third one doesn't give a damn about it. He says, why should I lift my finger also? उसमें कुछ नहीं रहेगा. He's already given up and he doesn't even care. So you can have various kinds of people. Now the one who knows the center, the one who knows that the God is enshrined in the middle of the heart, such a type of a person has to get the unraveling done by means of sadhana. Sadhana is self-effort, isn't it? Sadhana. Now if you do not do the sadhana, the self-efforts that are required, you will never be able to reach the center. So, any person who has an idea what is inside over there has to do the sadhana for a very long period of time. We do not know how much time it's going to take. It may take tomorrow itself, it can happen right now, or it could take lives and lives and lives. This knowledge, when it is going to happen, is never given to anybody. Okay? But the idea that there is something at the center, idea that the divine self lives over there, the entry point, the port of entry, is like a Panama Canal, north south. You can enter from here, from one ocean to the other, and you can go to the other place. Literally like that. Okay? Sadhana is very, very important to remove the coverings. And it is like, let us say for example, even in our world we have to use sadhana. You know how we use it? Now you go to these, all these, centers where they tell you, you will get your weight reduced 20 kg, 30 kgs, you pay 25,000, 50,000 for, so many kgs of removal. They say these words. A person goes very religiously for 1 month. Okay, the person has reduced around 6, 7 or 8 kilos. Then what happens is somebody comes or something happens or he goes on a holiday. 7, 8 days he goes away. Or he just, leaves it. He says, 6-7 दिन से क्या होएगा? What happens is, in this 6-7 din, that which he is not supposed to do, he eats or does something of that sort, where he again gathers another 5-10 kilos. So are you not back to square one where you started? Then the journey once again is extremely difficult. So the sadhana has to be continuous. You cannot be, there is no such thing as, can I have an interval in between? Can I go and eat popcorn? Can I go out and, go to the washroom? ऐसा नहीं है इधर. साधना का मतलब क्या है? You have to be very continuously doing it. That means even one day if you miss out in your sadhana, you are giving another 4 more layers on top. There is a story of Totapuri. Totapuri is a sage who, is a sage who visited Ramakrishna Paramahansa and taught him Vedanta. Now Totapuri, every day Ramakrishna ji would see him taking his pot of water, Kamandalu, and going to the Ganga river to wash it. Every day he would take the sands from the Ganga and clean that thing as if, chak, 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 chak. So one day Ramakrishna Paramahansa asked Totapuri, why are you doing this every single day? He says, if I don't do it, muck will gather on this. Yeah, and the shine will go. So please understand, in this line there is something which is very important which is mentioned. Whose heart is not purified. The verse is there. The purified heart has to continuously do the sadhana. Even if he has reached a certain level, even if the kamandalu is clean, he better clean it every single day. Missing out 1 or 2 days of sadhana is not good. It should be as if, like you brush your teeth every single day, correct? You take your bath, you eat your food, okay? The way you are doing your other ablutions of the day, this is what sadhana is important and you need to keep on doing it. You can't just say one day I am not going to do it and then I will do it after 5 days. No, it is not like that. So the ignorant, however, whose heart has not been purified, know not this self in spite of their best endeavors. So, in spite of their best endeavors. That means there are people in this world. I told you, there are people who have a knowledge that there is something like that. And they keep on doing off and on sadhana, off and on. कभी करते हैं, कभी नहीं करते, कभी करते हैं, कभी नहीं करते. और जब नहीं करते, they may say, after 10 days, oh, I did after 10 days, I got up and I started doing this. I'm sorry, it is not going to work at all. Sadhana means you need to do it in a clockwork precision. They say sun is rising every single day and setting every single day. The seasons keep on changing. The earth is moving. Imagine the earth is moving on its axis, okay? Rotation बोलते हैं उसको. Earth बोलती है ना, right? Took it time please. I will take 10 minutes break. और वो ऐसे ही बीच में खड़ा हो जाता है. चलेगा क्या? नहीं ना. अर्थ ने बोला कि I want 10 minutes break. चलेगा? नहीं, you don't know what is going to happen. The whole world will come to an end for all you know. Doesn't happen. But why does a person think that this is what they got to do? Who is giving them that right to say, I want 10 minutes break, I want 20 minutes break, can I have 1 month break? I mean, who are you to say that you need a break? Those who are in the spiritual do not take a break. The sadhana has to continue every single day of their life. And every moment of time, they have to keep on remembering the Lord. So striving yogis, striving means working hard towards it. Those who are striving hard towards it. are able to realize this self enshrined in the heart. Those who strive very, very hard, they will be able to see the self in the heart, enshrined inside. Enshrined. What is, in Christianity, and in other religions also, they say shrine. Shrine means a place where God lives, isn't it? It's a shrine. There is a shrine, there is a pulpit, and there is a place where you find the cross and you find the murti. Huh? Garbha we call it. This is what it is. The center of the place where God lives. This is where it is. And it is easy to reach from here.
I have a question.
Yes.
The question is, when you're already with Krishna, then what else do you want to realize?
Okay, I will tell you one story. This story is of Krishna only. There was this sage called Namdev. Okay? Namdev would stay with Krishna every single day. Krishna was living in Pandharpur as Vithoba, or what we call as Vithala. There is a place called Pandharpur in South Maharashtra and north of Karnataka, it is there. So Namdev would meet Krishna every single day. He would stay with him. So what happened? There was a conference where all the sages come together. And there is this person called Gora Kumhar. Gora Kumhar means a potter. You understand potter?
Yep.
Gora Kumhar was his name. Gora means he was a fair person.
Fair person.
And yes, and he was a Kumhar. So when Gora Kumhar was told, see, we are all pots sitting over here. Can you use a stick and knock and find out whether which pot has become pakka?
Right.
Yep. Yes. So he comes and knocks on everybody's head, tuck, tuck, he will do. And have you seen those, the ones, the potters, they have one ring on their finger. And what they do, tung, 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 they do like that to the pot. If you have seen it, they do like this, and the pot gives a nice sound. So this fellow also comes and knocks on everybody's head. And he looks at Tukaram, oh, he's a pakka pot. Then he looks at Naneshwar, he says he's a pakka pot. Then he looks at Muktabai and everybody else. Finally, when he comes to Namdev and tuck, oh, this fellow is so very kacha. Namdev gets very bugged with it. He says, what do you mean by I am kacha? So he says, you are still not pakka. And Namdev gets very angry and he says, all you idiots sitting over here don't even know Krishna. I know Krishna well. First day only I know him. I eat food with him. You don't even know that. तुमको तो दिखता भी नहीं है, मैं तो उसके साथ खाना खाता हूँ. So he goes to Vithala, who is Krishna himself, and tells him, Krishna, these people are mad people. They think that they know, they are calling me kacha. And Vithala looks at him and says, of course you are kacha. So Namdev asks him, what do you mean by I am kacha? I am not kacha. I sit with you, I can see you, I eat food with you. So he says, no, till you don't find your guru and the rest of the learning doesn't happen, no, I'm sorry, you are still kacha. So he asks him, what am I supposed to do then? So he says, go to this village and there you will meet your guru. His name is Visoba Khechar. So Namdev gets up and walks to this village. It is early in the morning when he reaches the village. So when he reaches that village, now you can't go and enter into somebody's house and knock, are you Visoba Khechar or something like that. So early in the morning he goes to this place in one small temple which is outside, and he says, maybe I'll spend some time here till it is sundown. So when it is dawn, I will go to the village and ask people. In this temple, he sees that there is one man who is sleeping with both his feet on the Shivlinga over there. He's kept both his feet on top of the Shivlinga and he's fast asleep. He's snoring away. So Namdev goes and, hey, wake up. Because it is blasphemy, you can't do this type of thing. This is something wrong. So he tells him, wake up. Don't do like this. But this person is fast asleep, doesn't want to wake up. So after a lot of calling out to him, he doesn't wake up. Finally, what he does is he picks up his feet and keeps it at the side. So where he keeps it at the side, he finds there is another shivling over there. So he picks up the feet again and puts it in one more place. There again another shivling is there. And as much as he is turning the man to keep his feet, there is another shivling which is appearing over there. So Ramdev wonders, what is this happening over here? Finally he realizes this must be the person that I am supposed to meet. Otherwise, how can God's Shivlinga will appear all over the place? And finally he keeps the feet on his head and he says, I'm sorry, I'm doing this. Will you kindly wake up? And the sage wakes up and says, yes, I am Vishwakhecha. So then the question that the sage asks, you are trying to keep my feet all over the place. Can you keep my feet at a place where God is not there? There is no such place. So then he says, now that you understand, whether you like it or not, you may be living with Krishna, you may be seeing him, you may be eating food with him. You know, Rukmini se leke sabjan, 16,108 wives were living with him. His entire family was living with him. Arjuna se leke all Pandavas, Kauravas, the whole world knew about him, that he is Krishna. Living with Krishna or knowing Krishna is not the right thing. It's to understand the truth, the true divine being. So you have to go to the heart of the matter. Just because you know Krishna doesn't make a person great. Namdev never became great because of that. Namdev became great because he met his guru, Vishwakhecha, understood the true meaning of the word called the self. And it is a pathway which is very, very important. That is what he says over here. Striving yogis who are able to realize this self, you need to realize this self. This is enshrined in the heart. The ignorant, those who don't want to do, पार्ट टाइम बिजनेस में है ना, स्पिरिचुअल में आते हैं. पार्ट टाइम का मतलब क्या है? आज है कल नहीं है, कल है परसों नहीं है, परसों है परसों नहीं है. वो स्ट्राइविंग करने को बोलते हैं. That is not called striving. Striving means you got to keep your mind on the God continuously while doing your work outside. While, like the verse before this I read, it is the path of karma yoga. You got to keep on doing your job on a continuous basis while keeping your mind on God. This is very important. So you need to strive very hard to realize this self which is enshrined in your heart. Now everybody's heart has the self enshrined in it. But because of the layers and layers of black which is there, it's called soot, ignorance. That is why you cannot understand the self, neither even if you see Krishna in broad daylight 100 times or a million times, still nothing is going to happen. You see, I have had many people who have come to me and told me, I met Krishna, I met this one, I met that one. Okay, so you have met, so what is the big deal? खाने को मिला? That is not important. You might have met anybody, but where is the और टिंग किधर हो गया? सेल्फ दिखा तुमको? नहीं. समझ में आया? नहीं. अरे 50 योगी के पास जाओ या 50 टेम्पल में जाओ या कुछ भी करो, या कृष्णा सामने आके खड़ा रहे, बोले हेलो हाउ आर यू बॉस, हाउ आर यू डूइंग, ईमेल भेजो उसको, उससे बात करो, सेल फोन पे करो, व्हाट्सएप पे करो, फिर भी कुछ नहीं होने वाला है. जब तक तुम्हारी साधना नहीं होती तब तक कुछ नहीं होने वाला. So the ignorant, however, whose heart has not been purified, know not this self in spite of the best endeavors. You may put in your best endeavors. Whose yardstick is it that the person thinks I have put in the best efforts? I have people coming and telling me, I put in so much of effort, I need to do this. I'm sorry boss, it is your yardstick you are using to telling me how much efforts you have put in. You understand what I'm talking or no? You see, it is your thinking that you have put in efforts. If you think you have put in efforts, कोई फायदा नहीं. Because at the end of the day, your mind can only jump so much or so much. Beyond that, mind never knows how to jump further than that. And that is the reason why your thinking is no value. So, हर कुत्ता ट्राई करता है बोलते हैं ना हम लोग, हर कुत्ता ट्राई करता है लेकिन एक ही विक्ट्री देगा. So that is the reason why, in spite of their best endeavors, the best endeavors are also put by ignorant people. The best, remember this, even those who know the self or who don't know the self, that means they have got some idea through scriptures and all, that there is some creature called the self somewhere. So those who think they know and those who think they don't know, both of them are in the same boat. The radiance in the sun that illumines the entire world, and that which shines in the moon, and that which shines in the fire too, know that radiance to be mine. Now he is describing what is this self. The self is that effulgence. Effulgence, you see, when you put on the tube light or when you put on the light, there is a light which is coming from inside out, correct? But the energy is supplied from somewhere else. So it is not self-effulgent, correct? Self-effulgent means you have to get from somewhere to give it out, right? But this radiance is self-effulgent, it is self-radiant, it is on its own, it is coming out. So the knowledge is full, it's a full of knowledge. It is not that it is coming from somewhere else. You see, you take a torch and when you shine in a dark room, you can see there is a table, there is a chair, there is bed and all those things. You are using the torch to illumine the things, correct? Whereas he is not a torch. He is neither a battery. He is neither a sun, neither a moon. A moon is not a self-effulgent being. Even a sun is not self-effulgent. Sun is getting its energies from the fission and the fusion that is happening on itself. So this radiance, this effulgence is inside of everybody's heart. This is inside of you also. Can you allow it to come out? Every time when you say, मेरे से ये नहीं होता, you know how many times people have said, I can't do this. This is impossible. This is difficult. I am not able to understand. What are you talking about? If you are self-effulgent, that means knowledge is within you. Why do you keep on saying that it is not possible? There was one small chap, in the history who used this word. No, his name was Napoleon Bonaparte. You know what he said? Impossible is the word in the dictionary of fools. Everything is possible. And believe me, everything is possible if you allow that possibility to come from within the center of your heart. Because it is self-effulgent. Because please understand, allow this goodness to flow outside. Why are you, just imagine you have shriveled it up or closed it. You are not allowing the effulgence to come out. And because you are not allowing the effulgence to come out, you yourself are saying, I don't understand, I am ignorant, I don't know, what is this you are talking about? Knowledge is within you. I can try to take one spade and ऐसा dig करके निकाल सकता हूँ बाहर, फिर वापस अर्थ उसको कवर कर देता है, तो मैं क्या करूँ? See, like they say, you can take the horse to the water, but you can't make him drink. Right? The self is within everybody. The scriptures can talk about it. The Guru can tell you, ऐसा करो, ऐसा करो, ऐसा करो. अब तुम ही खुद नहीं करोगे तो तुमको क्या लगता है? You will reach somewhere. So are you not like this person? So he says in the next line, the radiance in the sun that illumines the entire world. Just like the radiance in the sun, which is illumining this whole world, and that which shines in the moon, and that which shines in the fire too, and that which shines in you as well. All this radiance is me alone. I am the self, and I am in everybody. And permeating the soil. It is I who support all creatures by my vital energy. And becoming the sapful moon, I nourish all plants. Now all the plants, right from sun, moon, to the plants, to the birds, to the humans, to everything, the heart of the matter is me alone. So whether you think that there is a plant, there is an animal, there is a bird, why does the bird fly? Because of me. Why does the plant grow? Because of me. Why does the sun shine? Because of me. Everything is boiling down to the self alone. The self is everywhere, everywhere. Yet, he is telling you also one thing very clearly in the previous slide. I am enshrined in your heart. So I am within you as well. Taking the form of fire as Vaishvanara, lodged in the body of all creatures and united with the prana, exhalation, and apana, inhalation. It is I who digests and assimilates the 4 kinds of food. So he is saying, who is the one who makes you breathe? ओके देखो डेड बॉडी को सीपीआर देगा तो वापस नहीं अलाइव होएगा लेकिन if you keep on giving it once in a while, when a person has gone in coma or something like that, or he's just come out of surgery and the person is literally falling off, at that time you can give revival. So what is it that is revived? See, we have put oxygen things into his nose and all that. When we are running the whole cycle in his heart, चालू है एक वो हार्ट का मशीन लगा के रखा है, नाक में से डाल के सब चालू है. Everything is working, yet there is no life in that person. What is the point? So what is it that keeps a person working? Takes the form of fire. Fire means not the fire that you see, वो माचिस से जो जलाते हैं वो फायर नहीं, that which keeps you running, तक 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 चालू है वो energy. Yeah, that which keeps you running continuously in motion. This fire is lodged in the body of all creatures. It is in every creature. That means whether it is a human being or an animal or a bird, every creature, that which is a living creature, okay, what is happening is united with the prana. Is united with the prana. Prana, the vital force that is there, coming in, going out, coming in, going out, exhalation, inhalation, चलते रहता है ना. We use this. You see, something may be breathing, yet it may not be alive. You understand, there are certain things that breathe and yet they are not alive. You don't know? Take a piece of iron, put it in water. It is doing oxidation and reduction also, no? Or no? See, when the plants are doing all that respiration, that thing is also happening there. So even a metal is doing breathing. Who says it's not breathing? Some activity is happening. This activity that happens in everything in the universe is this fire. But in humans, but in creatures that are alive, this energy has got more prominence or significance, and that is me alone. That is what Krishna says. Taking the form of fire, how is he doing it? United in the form of prana, that is anapana. Inhalation, exhalation, both. It is I who digest and assimilate the four kinds of food. It is I who remains seated in the heart of all creatures as the internal controller of all. Now, anybody who says that I am not there in any creature is mistaken. Krishna will say these words. You know why? Because he exists in everybody. How does he exist? He exists in the form of that thought. He exists in the form of the energy that comes out of it. He exists in the form of fire. He exists in the form of knowledge. He exists in the form of energies that are there. Everything is running in you, isn't it? All this is happening because of this one thing. It is I who remains seated in the heart of all creatures as the inner controller of all, and it is I who am the source of memory, not Seagate. अब बोलेगा मेरा हार्ड ड्राइव में मेरा मेमोरी है. सॉरी, यू हैव टू चेंज इट टू कृष्णा मेमोरी. So the memory that is there is also me. That which runs your intellectual system is also me. Please understand, it is not only the memory. Something is telling click, 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 it's going on inside of you, no? That telling you, oh, this is the way you have to do it, this is how you can do it. All this also me, okay? I am the source of memory, knowledge, and the ratio synectivity faculty. That which tells you what exactly to be done, when exactly to be done, how, when, where, why, और क्या है last one? Where? क्या? What? All this, something is telling you or no? You see, if when in summers the birds are going to one place, from winter are they not traveling? The fishes travel upward stream in some places. Have you heard of this or no? Those who see the National Geographic channel, they will come to know how birds migrate from one place to another. How these birds keep on moving, how the fishes keep on moving, how the animals keep on moving. Have you seen that? Who tells them all these things? इधर जाओ या उधर जाओ. वो embedded memory है क्या? Even the tiny of the fishes who are born, you know, sometimes the fishes are spawned on the shore, and their job is to go into the sea. Have you seen that? In some of the channels they will show. Now, who has told them just the moment they are born they are supposed to go to the sea? Somebody has told them, huh? Again, you will find that, have you ever seen the birth of a calf or an elephant calf or something like that? It is there in all these channels. Okay. The moment it is born, it will do like this and stand on its feet. It will keep on swinging a little bit. थोड़ा बेवड़ा मारा ऐसा करता है. फिर भी लेकिन खड़ा रहता है बराबर. After some time it will stand. Again, the child need not be told your mother is there and you got to feed. Immediately he start करके चालू करता है. So who is telling them all these things? All these activities. This is what it is. Again, I am the only object worth knowing through the Vedas. The only object that you need to know through the Vedas is me alone. I alone am the father of Vedanta and the knower of the Vedas too. So the one who designed the framework, ये पूरा framework जिसके ऊपर ये पूरी दुनिया चलती है. He says, I am the one who has designed it and I am the one who works on it also. Vedanta is the end of the Vedas. The teachings, the explanatory text, that also is me. So whether you think there are Upanishads, there are many Upanishads which you can go, Nisa, Ishavasya and all those. There are so many of these Upanishads, you can go and read them. All of them if you want. Okay. मांडुक्या मुंडाक्या क्या 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 नाम है, अपने को आधा तो आता नहीं क्या. So there are so many Upanishads. You can go and you can squeeze them dry like this. All those are running because of this one alone. The perishable and the imperishable too. These are two kinds of Purushas in the world. Of these, the bodies of all beings are spoken of as the perishable, while the Jivatma, the embodied soul, is called imperishable. Again, now I will give a small explanation about this. He is talking about two Purushas. Okay? Who are the two Purushas? I am just going to draw. Okay? मेरा अच्छा ड्राइंग आता है, सब जन हंसते हैं इसको. ये पुरुषा एक पैर छोटा हो गया, लग रहा है बच्चा है. तो अभी दूसरा, inside. Now what are these two Purushas? All that you get to see, experience, feel, everything in this world which is in the domain of Prakriti is a perishable Purusha. Understood this? Everything in the domain of Prakriti is perishable. सब चला जाएगा. Understood? That means even your 5 bodies that are there, they are all perishable. Got it? So all the 5 bodies are perishable. Everything is a perishable Purusha. What is non-perishable? That which is inside. Just now we said, no? Inside the heart. Correct? This is the other Purusha which is not perishable. This other Purusha is non-perishable Purusha. He is the one we were describing for the last 4-5 lines. There are imperishable and perishable too. There are two kinds of Purushas in this world. Of these, the bodies of all beings spoken of as the perishable. Everything, like I told you, everything that is in the domain of Prakriti. That means a bodies, all the 5 bodies, the earth, the plants, the trees, the everything, the birds, everything, bees, everything is perishable, isn't it? Stones. What comes out from the volcanoes, what goes inside the earth, what is happening on the moon or not happening on the moon, what is happening on the sun and not happening on the sun. All that is perishable. One day even the sun will disappear, the moon will disappear, all the things are going to disappear. That is perishable and it is under the domain of the Prakriti. Then what is non-perishable? Of these, the bodies of all beings are spoken of as perishable, while the Jivatma or the embodied soul is called imperishable. Why embodied?
So it's taking up the body.
You remember, that is the reason why I drew it inside. We are the ones who are trapping it. We think there is a soul inside of us. We think. Okay? Now if I have to draw this in a different way, let us say the color over here is blue. Okay, the color over here is blue. The color inside is also blue. Okay. What is it that makes it different?
Different colors trapped.
It is only the bottle which makes you think that it is trapped inside, isn't it? So this bottle is the trap. So it is called See, here he says embodied. Body is like a bottle. It is trapping this. Now blue outside and blue inside. It's the same. Or water outside and water inside. Soul outside and soul inside. Everything is soul only. SOUL. Everything is one and the same. Just because of this perishable body, we think it is trapped inside. That is why this is called embodied. Whereas it is only a matter of understanding that you are eternally free. Why do you think this body is important to you? Can I remove all these things? So blue outside, blue inside. Can you make out the difference where it is now? One and the same. Now when it is one and the same, why do you think you are the body? So the moment this understanding comes, you know you are free. Remember, वो बॉटल जो है ऊपर से नीचे गिरेगा, टूटेगा, फूटेगा, उसमें से लीक होएगा, कुछ भी होगा, बॉटल को तकलीफ हो सकता है, बॉटल को तकलीफ हो सकता है. What is outside and what is inside, उसको क्या तकलीफ होएगा? Now think about it. In an ocean, there is a bottle suspended in it. Water inside and water outside. Huh? The fishes come and throw the bottle here and there and here and there. इधर उधर फेंका. Waves come and they push the water here and there, the bottle here and there. Suddenly one wave comes and it crashes against it and cracks the bottle. What do you think? Is the water hurt? The water has gone into the water, isn't it? Only the bottle is cracked, only the bottle is hurt. Haripriya, do you get the answer? Only the bottle is cracked, whereas that which is inside, that which is outside have both got merged in it. Only the thinking. Now remember my verse which I started in the beginning. When you use your mind, you are entrapped forever. Stop using that mind. Just do the work that you are supposed to do. Stop using your stupid minds. Some job has been given to you. Why are you using your minds? Every time when you use your mind, you are performing more karmas. There are more and more accumulations. At least remember in the previous black circles I had drawn. Every time when you use your mind, one additional black circle comes. So one more additional black, or one more additional black. But you are that non-perishable Purusha. Stop thinking that I am the doer, I did this, I did that, ye kiya, wo kiya. कोई जरूरी नहीं है. Don't even think about it. Can you hear the bird? They're all fighting over there. So, yet the Supreme Person is other than these, who, having encompassed all the three worlds, upholds and maintains all, and has been spoken of as the imperishable Lord and the Supreme Spirit. So now, in this there is another thing that he is brought about. Remember, he was just now talking about the Purusha, correct? Right? The two Purushas we spoke of just now. Now he is talking about something slightly different. Yet, the Supreme Person is other than these. So there is a perishable, there is a non-perishable. This is perishable Purusha. This is a non-perishable Purusha. This is one and this is another. Now he is telling you there is one more. See?
Because the Trinity.
Huh?
Because the Trinity.
No. He says there is a supreme divine person. This is a very important word which he is telling you over here. The supreme person is other than these. This is 1 and 2. So this is third supreme person is different than this. Who having encompassed all the three worlds. This is encompassing all the three worlds. This person is encompassing all the three worlds. Three worlds are in this only, isn't it? The perishable and the imperishable, all the three worlds are in that. Now this person, supreme divine person, is a one who is inside of all these as well. Now let us go back to the verse where I mentioned beyond the manifest there is a first unmanifest, and beyond the first unmanifest is another supreme divine person. Remember this verse? That is my abode. So it's again in one more verse he is telling you that there is a supreme person, divine person, who is encompassed all the three worlds, upholds and maintains them. Upholds and maintains them in the form of a trinity. That is, we say the one who is a creator, sustainer and destroyer. He is maintaining all these things in this place and has been spoken of as the imperishable Lord and the Supreme Spirit. Now this has been supposed to be the Lord, one is called the Lord, and the Spirit. Now, is this the same verse that is there in the Bible or no? In the name of the Lord and of the Son. The Son is pointing towards yourself. The name of the Lord and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. I am that imperishable Spirit in everything. I am the Lord of that. The Supreme Divine Person, I am the Lord of that. Even the Spirit is me. That which runs. Last 3-4 lines, what are we doing? That which runs this, that which runs that, the fire in this, and the shining in the sun, the moon happening this. All these things, didn't we do that? The prana and the apana and all that. Didn't we do that? That is the Spirit which is running through the whole system, isn't it? So the Spirit running through the whole system. I am the Lord and the Master of all this universe. So, it has been
So
spoken
Guruji,
as the imperishable.
the spirit and the divine consciousness, are they so synonymous? The supreme divine
Yes,
consciousness and the okay.
yes.
Okay.
The Lord, the one who is the supreme divine. See, there are two things which are mentioned there. One, if you remember, the perishable Purusha is also going by the name of the manifest universe. We say the word manifest universe? Correct. Then we come to the first unmanifest. That is called the non-perishable Purusha. The first unmanifest. Then we say there is a second unmanifest. The second unmanifest, in that he makes a differentiation. He says, in the second unmanifest, which is my abode. That means the abode is there. And second, he says, the supreme divine person stays there. So that means there is a supreme divine person whom we call as God, and the place and the power, the energy center, the power, that which runs the whole system is called the Spirit. You got it? This The Lord and the Spirit, that both these things. Now there is no separation as such. It is you and your power to do something, isn't it? Same way. So the Supreme Divine Person who is there is called the Lord. So Krishna is called Krishna. See, in these books he is Krishna. Then what is the Spirit? There's the power of the Divine Lord. That is that thing. The power which holds this whole thing like this, suspended literally, is keeping both these, the whole thing, all the three worlds is keeping it intact. Got it? That is why when they say the name of the Father and of the Son, the Son is you. That which is in this, both this is Son. Come from this only, isn't it? From the bottom. The Supreme Divine Person has given birth to this Son. And the Lord Jesus Christ says, the spirit can never be killed, the body can be killed, the spirit can never be killed. So the perishable Purusha which can be killed, can destroy, can die. But these non-perishable Purusha, the spirit, can never be killed. Isn't this what he says? So imagine this Lord and the Spirit is the one which is making this whole thing. Understood? So, has been spoken as the imperishable Lord and the Supreme Spirit. Since I am wholly beyond the perishable world or matter or kshetra, I am beyond all this. I said, come down. See, I am beyond all this. At the bottom it is here. Correct? I am beyond all this. And I am superior even to the imperishable soul. Remember in the previous line we said, Jivatma. He is superior to this soul also. That means even to this, he is superior to all this. The creator, creatrix, whatever you want to call it, and that which gives this power. He is superior to all these things. Hence, I am known as Purushottama. Uttam, the best, the number one, the highest, the topmost, like that. Uttam, the supreme self in the world as well as in the Vedas. And that is the reason why I am called by this name, Purushottama. Arjuna, the wise man who does realizes me as the Supreme Person, knowing all, constantly worships me, the all-pervading Lord, with this whole being. So the one who is the knower of the self. We were doing so much, knower of the self, we have to know the self, we have to know the self. Said all these things. So the one who is the knower of the self is called the wise man. He realizes me. So he is the one who will know I am the Supreme Divine Person. He will know I am the Supreme Divine Person. So who will know me? The Son of God, they say, no? He knows me. The Son of God knows his fathers. Correct or no? He knows his father, isn't it? This Son is called the wise man or the sage. You can call him Jesus Christ or you can call him the highest born. Okay? So Arjuna, the wise man, who thus realizes me as the Supreme Person, knowing all. He knows all, isn't it? उसको क्या बाकी है मालूम करने का? He is knowing everything. Constantly worships me. Remember, Jesus Christ used to call his Father in heaven always or no? Remember this? Now you will find that the one who realizes me will keep on always calling me. Will always keep on taking my name. So he constantly worships me with his whole being. पूरे तन मन धन से वो मेरी प्रार्थना करता है. Now please understand, this is what we got to know. You can't do half-hearted service to Father in heaven.
But he's talking with himself always.
Yeah, you need to do everything just in his name. तुम जो काम कर रहे हो उसके लिए अर्पण करना, जो कर रहे हो, सो रहे हो, जाग रहे हो, जो कुछ भी कर रहे हो या नहीं कर रहे हो, everything you got to offer it to the Lord alone. And that is what he says. Arjuna, the most esoteric teaching has thus been imparted by me. Grasping it in essence, man becomes wise and his mission in life is accomplished. You know, in that one of the riders that he has put, कि पता नहीं ये कब होगा. It can happen right now. You don't need to wait till eternity. You don't need to wait till eternity. These esoteric teachings have been given. They have been given to everybody. They have been imparted by me. I am the one who is imparting them to you. If you grasp this, grasping is very important, isn't it? Grasping means knowing this teaching is very, very important. In essence, now you remember this is a word which is very, very important. You should grasp this in essence. That means you got to know this in a perfect way. Man becomes wise and his mission in life is accomplished. Then only his mission in life is accomplished. Remember, we started with this. What is the ultimate mission of man? To be born as a human being. What is the real reason for being born as a human being? Here in this line, he closes the line saying, this is his mission in life. To know me is the mission in life. To know me, the Supreme Divine Person, that is called the mission in life. Raj has disappeared, but I got to tell Raj also. Raj, please understand. By seeing Krishna, you think knowing him is not the ultimate thing. You've got to understand, you need to grasp the meaning and know the essence of this. Then only you can become wise. Thus in the Upanishad sung by the Lord, the science of Brahma, the scriptures of yoga, the dialogue between Sri Krishna and Arjuna is the 15th chapter entitled The Yoga of the Supreme Person. You want me to stop here or do you want me to continue? Huh? Or do you have any questions on this chapter? If you have any questions, you can ask. Tell me.
You said Arjuna realizes knowing all constantly and he worships on Krishna. In this, just in the name of Lord, can one know Lord? Just by chanting the Lord's name. And Arjuna realizes Krishna, right? Knowing all, and he worships him constantly. And we only chanting by name of the Lord, can one know the Lord?
See, if I know the name of the President of India, is it going to make any difference to me?
No.
No. Correct? I can keep on calling up the President of India. Someday he is going to pick up the phone or no?
Yeah.
But what is he going to ask you then? He is going to ask you, what do you want?
What did you call? What do you want?
What do you want? Why are you calling me? What is the answer that you will have? Those who are the followers of Japa, those who are the followers of Japa Yoga or of any other path, if God calls to them, you are calling out to the God and God answers your line. You know, like you have the कौन बनेगा करोड़पति. Someday तुम्हारा नंबर लगेगा, पता नहीं उस टाइम पे नंबर लगा तो वो क्वेश्चन आएगा सामने से. Can you answer this question please? The question is, what do you want? And what are you going to answer them?
To know the self.
Huh?
To know
To
the
know.
self.
See, you are only saying, I'm just going to write the words down. To know the self. He will say the answer is in that only. The self is you.
Hmm.
Huh?
Yeah.
This is you.
Hmm.
Correct? That means you already know.
No, I
What is
don't
the
get
word
this
which is
point
most
clear.
important over here is KNOW.
The knower itself is the you.
See, every now and then, suppose, let
Hmm.
us say for example, you take a small child to the temple and you
Hmm.
say, oh, that is Krishna's statue, he's Krishna, he's Krishna, he's Krishna. The child recognizes the Krishna statue anywhere else also.
Hmm.
Does he know the Krishna?
No.
So, knowing the self means what? You should be able to understand who you are.
Hmm.
So question yourself this. Who am I?
Like what Ramana Maharishi inquired about, who am I?
Exactly. So that is the reason why when you japa yoga or any of the yogas that you do,
Hmm.
if God actually stands in front of you and asks you, okay, my dear, what do you want? So what are you going to ask? Remember, when God actually stands in front of you, बोलती बंद हो जाती है. Can't speak.
Hmm.
You really can't speak a word also. Now, otherwise you have got a laundry list of things to do. I want money, I want this, I want that. But a bada list है. But imagine when you are going inside, you have to go without anything beyond the bodies, isn't it? You have to go beyond the bodies. Remember, we said you need to have pure mind. That means all impurities have to be burnt. So the laundry list that is there will get burnt, isn't it? When you go through the fire of renunciation, the fire of renunciation burns the laundry list.
Yeah.
You understand what I am saying?
Yeah.
It is so with the laundry list. मेरे को बच्चा चाहिए, कच्चा चाहिए, ये चाहिए, घर चाहिए, गाड़ी चाहिए, सब वो बड़ा लिस्ट बना के पेपर में लिख के जाओ and you go through fire. वो पेपर का लिस्ट तुम्हारा जल जाएगा. वैसा ही सोचो ना. When you are going to meet God with an intent, complete power of renunciation, think about it. He's already burnt up your list.